I'm just glad he's paying me. Mike is just an...
Rolling.
What? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's time for your weekly Fix the Funny. Can I get another one of these? I'm gonna need this. I'm about to do this shit. So I'm okay, I swallowed it. So grab a cocktail, take those pants off, and treat yourself to the sexy bald man that makes you tingle in your special place. Woo! I'm wrong! Got my mind on my money, my money on my mind, bitch! I'm house announcer Chet Jackson, and it's time for the Me, Myself, and I show with Mike Buncord! Are we done? Yes.
Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I.
Oh my God, it's blurry. It's blurry. Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Me, Myself, and I. I'm trying to fix the vision here live. It was working just a minute ago, but people that are listening to the podcast, if I just still keep talking, it doesn't matter. It's blurry, but I'm still talking. It's episode 132, Me, Myself, and I. It's still blurry. Not my fault. I'm trying my best. It's kind of, is it there? Nope. Is it back? I don't know. It was just working just a minute ago, folks. If you're listening to this, this is my hand on the vision of my my webcam. Let's see. Can I try again? Oh my God. It was just working 10 seconds ago, and now it's not. Well, folks, welcome to my thumb. This is my thumb. Welcome to Me, Myself, and I. And this is episode 132, 132. It's blurry, but you know who I blame? I blame Biden. That's the news and saying nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a new president and the election's finally done. So the new trend is instead of effing Trump or effing this or I should say, I blame Biden. Move your face closer. That'll focus. Oh, of course. My guest just said, move your face closer. Let's see. Yeah. Thank God for my guest. My guest is an amazing human being. He's still, is it working? No. Hold on. Let me try again. Let me try again. Move closer. Yeah. Am I close? And no. Let's try again. How's that? How about that? What in the heck? Why does it? You know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's 2020. There's not much you can do. I blame Biden. Happy belated Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans. Oh, look at that. Hey, thank you to my guest, Paul. I'm going to bring you up, buddy. Don't worry. I'm going to bring you up. I'm going to give praise to this because you just saved me, myself, and I. And folks, and I'm still going to blame Biden for this. Anyways, I just want to say thank you, everybody, and hello to my fellow veteran home. We got a comment. Oh, let's see what she says. You may need to adjust them. Yeah, that's what I did. Thank you, Mickey. Appreciate it. You're always a big fan. Well, I don't want to lose topic. I'm all over the place. See what happens when you're out of focus and in focus, and you got two amazing people that just said, just move your face closer, you idiot. Stupid. God, I'm dumb sometimes, man. You know what? It takes a real man to say that because God, I'm dumb sometimes. Sometimes it's just like a bag of rocks. But anyways, I'm going to stay on topic. Hello and happy belated Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans. I hope everyone had a great day off. I hope everyone enjoyed their fellow veterans. I hope everyone said hello and thank you for your service to your fellow veterans. Not just leave like an Instagram post saying, thank you, veterans, or go to Facebook. Thank you, veterans. Okay. I hope you called someone. I hope you contacted someone. I hope you listened to their stories because that's what veterans love to talk about is their war stories and all the crap we went through. Yes, I was in the United States Navy. And now I'm going to talk about my war story in the Navy back in the day. Yeah. You want to hear gather around, kids. You too. Okay, I got one story, and then we're going to bring up, we got a lot going on. Okay, I'm going to bring up my one story, and then we're going to bring up Paul, okay? Paul Burke is an amazing human being. Okay. He is sitting patiently. He's probably my engineer now. I hired him to be my engineer for this camera. Anyways, so here is my Navy story. Everyone says, what did you do in the Navy? Well, I launched planes off the flight deck on an aircraft carrier. And one thing I learned about the aircraft carrier is I almost stumbled over my words, but I just kept going. See that? It just improv, kept going. Anyways, one thing I learned about aircraft carrier, you cannot blow up or attack an aircraft carrier. No matter how hard you try, you cannot. You got machine guns, you got planes, you got here. I'll tell you this quick story. Okay. I remember it was in the middle of the Adriatic Sea. My ship was just done launching for the day. Okay. And we were wrapping up. And all of a sudden in the distance, I see this little fisherman's boat right off the port side of the ship and just started coming towards the ship. And I looked at it. And before I finished the sentence, what the hell is going on? Right when I said that, the ship immediately turned. All you heard was loud horns. The ship immediately turned. And while the ship was turning, 2 helicopters came out of nowhere. A periscope popped up from the ocean. A fast frigate, a destroyer, and another fast frigate surrounded this ship, this little teeny tiny boat, in a matter of seconds. Okay, so if you want to invade the military, you can blow up a frigate, you can blow up a submarine, you can blow up a helicopter, you can blow up a destroyer, but you will never blow up an aircraft carrier. And that is my veteran story of the day. And check this out. I got another comment, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Mike Betancourt, the other Mike Betancourt. Have you seen Aliens? Please tell. No, I have not. And I wasn't going to go to a racist joke because that would be racist. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Friday the 13th on 2020. What can go wrong? We might see aliens, Mike Betancourt. Huh? We might see aliens. So please, everyone, I'm begging you for tomorrow. Please be safe. That's all I'm saying. Please be safe. Okay? It's just 2020 has been weird enough. Okay? We're almost done. We're right there. We're right there. We're so close finishing 2020. And now we have to land on Friday the 13th in 2020. So don't step next to a ladder. Play the lottery. Maybe you might win. It's what else can happen? I mean, an asteroid. Trump didn't get reelected. So, there's that. So try something new. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very exciting, amazing, phenomenal human being for a guest. He has been entertaining audiences as a comedian, improver. He is the owner of, hold on. God. There we go. Sorry, folks. He is the owner of Blacktop Comedy, and this theater has been going on for 14 years, right? 14 amazing years. And he also, his comedy club has won the KCRA A-List Comedy Club Award for Best Comedy Club in the Sacramento area. Without further ado, and he probably has a better camera than me because he's amazing. Please welcome right now here on Me, Myself, and I, Mr. Paul Burke.
Hey,
look
what's
at that
up?
camera.
What's
Look
going
at that
on,
camera.
sir?
How you
Look
doing,
at
man?
this. I'm good. How are you?
Dude, your camera is amazing. And
So-
your hair is amazing.
Thank you. Stop
Dude,
it.
look
I'm
at
gonna
that.
blush.
I'm
couple
not
things.
your hair. I'm just trying to zoom in.
It got
There we go.
real. It got real focused for a second there when you got real close.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're like one of those. You know what? You're like one of those like 1920s, 1930s starlets where they like rub Vaseline on the lens so they look like real. They had that glow to them. You're glowing, Mike. Damn, you look so good.
No, it's my camera and it's all jacked up.
Oh,
Like your
you got
camera.
it. It works. It's right there. Don't move. Don't do anything because it's working.
This is improv right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, man? I love you.
I'm good.
Setup. Are you on Twitch and everything?
Thanks, man. Yeah. So actually, so funny. I did my first Twitch today. I've been doing YouTube and Facebook,
Okay.
and did my first Twitch today. A little secret, it went real bad. So, because I was trying to stream Apex Legends, and have you played Apex?
No.
So much fun. It's so good.
What's it about?
You run around and shoot people.
Okay.
So it's like Fortnite with more guns. Anyways, so I love it, but I had it on max settings, so it was like buffering hard. Like it was, and I'm running it all off of one machine. Anyways, long story short, it did not go well. And yeah, but this, looking forward to this. This is fun.
Dude, look at your amazing, dude, your background. Look at, check this out, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks.
His background is the lights are beautiful. Look at purple, blue, and it matches your hair. It brings out your shirt. I mean, you got color coordinating, and then your eyes, dude. It's all color coordinating, my friend.
Well, you know, Mike, here's the secret. I'll tell you the secret. Close a theater, and then when you close a theater, you have everything at your disposal. So, little secret: open a theater, and then close it 9 years later, and
dude,
then boom. Secrets.
I tell you what, man. I tell you what, I truly love Blacktop Comedy.
Thanks, man.
It is such an amazing theater. The big theater, the small theater, the atmosphere, everything that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into that theater. I mean, when comedy was rolling, improv or not, or stand up or not, you brought this amazing vibe to that place. I mean, you know, when you go to a comedy club, you don't feel welcome. I don't know what it is. Sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to prove yourself or whatever it is, but it doesn't matter if it's the vibe that you bring at your. See, I wish I could do that with my hair. What you just did, I wish I could do that. I wish. No, you got cool hair, by the way.
It's cool. Not even the hair. I'm sweating, and I'm like, oh, I got to get rid of that sweat before it shows up under these lights. So it's not even the hair. I'm interested in the hair. Not even going for it. It's the sweat.
Gotcha. But the vibe that you bring at Blacktop Comedy is. Oh, you're a comic? Come on in. Oh, you're trying to work on your craft? No problem. You want to put on a show? No problem. You don't have to, well, you're going to sit in the back for, X amount, I'm going to walk by and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You don't do that at all. And you're very approachable, man. And when things open back up, man, I hope Blacktop Comedy comes back in full effect, man, because it is such a beautiful place, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I think in some way we're going to come back for sure. And the nice thing there. Thank you. Those are such nice words, and that is exactly my goal for this space, and it will be in the future. The goal for the space, just a welcoming place. You can come in, get better, and just kind of leave your ego at the door. So that's the goal. So,
what made you decide to do? Take a huge responsibility as running a theater in Rockland area?
So I think you could probably ask a lot of theater like owners and people who started a theater, and a lot of them, like myself, would be like, "Oh, I thought it'd be fun," and I just kind of thought like, "Oh, it'll be fun, and we can create a space that is like really supportive, and we can do like long form improv, which I'm really interested in doing." And because up until the point I had opened the theater, I love, and I still love going to improv festivals. Not so much in the last 8 months for obvious reasons, but I love going to festivals. I love seeing and learning and taking classes. And, even after you've done improv for so long, it's fun to take classes and learn. Mm-hmm. Also, before I forget, real quick, my camera might go out. My audio will still be here. And I just have to my hardware overheats sometimes, so if I drop the image, I'll be back in a second.
It's all right. My camera's been blurry, so it's all good, dude. Don't worry.
Cool. Just want you to know. So I just kind of opened it because I was like, oh, let's do this and let's create a community, and then then you learn as you go everything else you need to do. So
what's great about it is everyone that opens. This is, prime real estate business 101. It's all about location. But dude, you have like hidden spots. I remember your first Blacktop Comedy venue. You have to go down like this secret passage but and then even the new one is still kind of hard to find. But guess what? It's always packed. It was always packed. What did you do differently that it didn't matter the location? What did you do differently?
Oh, that's a great question. So, boy, you're so right. Location is so important. And honestly, completely honest, like if one of the things like I think we made some missteps on was finding places that were off the beaten path and thinking, oh, that'll be fine. Because you're right, it does get crowded and certain shows do draw a huge audience, but people just weren't super aware that we were there. So, I mean, I think that can be a stumbling block for sure. But I mean, to get people there, you just kind of, you spread the word, you advertise, you build the community. Word of mouth is huge. Like you said, like people feel welcome. So they're going to want to invite their friends to a welcoming place. Word of mouth is huge. So,
yeah, no, that's great, man. So before you did Blacktop Comedy Theater, were you just a traveling comedian for improv?
Kind of. Well, no. So I started. Let's see. So I started at the Comedy Spot, which I don't
Started your career at the Comedy Spot?
No. Well, I started doing stand up at Laughs Unlimited. I did a couple open mics, and then very quickly realized I don't think this is my thing. And then I started doing improv at the Comedy Spot way back when they were off of Broadway. So this was like way at the beginning. And then I did stuff at Comedy Sports. And then from there, I opened Blacktop. And yeah, I mean, I've even done stuff at Stab, which actually I just did an improv show at Stab a few weeks ago. But I couldn't find the link. So I don't know. If you're out there, want to go find it, go find Stab on Twitch. They're awesome.
They're great. I love Stab. It's so funny when you're talking about when you're doing stand-up and improv. There's always for some reason there's an underground rivalry between improv and stand-up. And I talking to you just now, it just came to my mind. I figured out why. Out why there's a rivalry.
What's up?
Because improv comedians, are you ready?
Yeah, no, I'm taking notes.
Because improv comedians are happy.
Well,
they are happy.
I definitely have my moments where I'm not.
I've never met a dark, twisted, depressed improv comedian. I've never had in my life.
Man,
are there dark, twisted?
Well, I think there's dark, twisted people everywhere. Is
that
a universal truth?
I think like you compare like Sam Kinison and the Upright Citizens Brigade. Okay. Who's darker?
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that comparison. I think Kinison might have. I don't know. I don't know Kinison that well, honestly. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
But even on the outside, whatever you see on whatever it is on the outside, inside, but on the outside, you guys have this wonderful, loving, like, hey, come here, and stand up coming like, ugh. I don't know. Get away from me. No.
I get what you're saying.
I don't like happiness.
I got to be a comic. I got to be moody, right? That's the thing. That's the trick.
I got to hate my friends and family and everything. And you guys
that's the life hack to getting good, right?
Right. You got to be angry. You guys are like this all the time and happy.
We are constantly doing this. Classic improv exercise called raise your arms and just go back. It's called windmill. That's how I began every class. I'm like, who loves a windmill? Improvisers. Get in there, guys. It's good stuff.
Did we lose you? Oh, no, yeah. It paused.
No,
the windmill paused. I saw that. The windmill went halfway and then it came back.
Oh, you know what? There you go. It's the autofocus. There you go.
So, where did you travel? Did you travel anywhere out of U.S. or anywhere, or have you done any big?
So, I mean, I've gone to a lot of festivals. So, I've done there's a festival in Dublin, Ireland. That was really fun. European improv, very different than American.
What's the
it's
difference?
it's more kind of how do I want to say it? I want to say it like it's very kind of like I honestly, well, turns out Europe is a large place, so I don't want to say all of Europe is like this. But I find like it's very kind of more clowning. It's a little merging. It's more clowning merging with improv. So it's, I mean, there's lots of like wordplay and scenic stuff, but I've found like there was kind of more like clowning and a little mix of ballet and, you know, not like literally ballet, but some more dance elements. It was very interesting.
When you said clowning, I thought like, you know, like a roast battle, like the old way of roast battle was we clown on each other, but like clown, like a literal clown. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like
big boasting.
Clowning movement. So, but I'm sure somebody's watching who's like, Paul, what are you talking about? That's not it. But that's what I found. So let's see. So I went to Chicago for a little while, studied in Chicago. That was really fun. That was an amazing summer where I did stuff at Second City and IO, and now both of those places are closed. So,
I know, man. Everything's shutting down.
Oh my gosh. But those are incredible. That was life-changing, amazing. Chicago is so wonderful. And
what was life-changing about it? What did you think? What did you get from it?
So here's the thing, like that's a great, you know, Mike, you're really good at this. That's a great question. I've never
on my camera.
So the thing was you felt okay about being who you are. So I think a lot of comedians, I know a lot of improvisers, and I'll just speak for myself rather than speaking for everybody. I know there's a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, I really like this thing. Is it really worthwhile liking this thing? Should I give up and go pursue something else that is more like societally accepted? But being in those workshops with like other people, like other like hardcore improv nerds who are just like notebooks open, scribbling down everything, going out to dinner afterwards and just sitting and talking improv theory and shows, and did you notice this and what did you think about that? And it was like you learned a lot, but also you just kind of built up your confidence, like this thing that I love is worth doing. So
improv theory, can you break that down for us? What is improv theory?
Sure. Well, so I mean, like different approaches, like each performer kind of has different approaches, like things they value. But I mean, there are some cornerstones to improv. Like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have heard like the idea of yes and, like you always want to accept the reality that has been established. So, you know, for instance, you know, if somebody hands you something and says, hey, this is a fish. This is a terrible example and not funny, so don't hold this against me. So if somebody's like, hey, this... I'm not saying this is good. I'm just giving you a real clear example.
I get it.
So somebody hands you this and like, hey, this is a fish. And you're like, no, that's not. That's a cupcake. It breaks the reality and you're not saying yes to the person's idea. So one that kind of, that'll close them off creatively. And then you have to figure out a justification for why you denied that person's reality. So it just makes more difficulties within the scene.
So it slows them down?
It slows it down. It slows it down. I mean, you'll watch scenes. If you watch improv, you'll see those moments where somebody is denying what we call denial. So they're denying somebody's truth. And when they do that, you can see the improvisers kind of wilt. You can kind of see that moment where they're like, uh-oh, how do I justify this person sees the world like this and this other person sees the world like this? And I don't mean like as characters, but as actual like physical truths within the world. So
whatever they say is the actual truth of that moment.
Yes. Yeah. If they say it, just treat it as canon, treat it as truth, and then just play off of that.
Gotcha.
Which is hard because you got to go up to that moment having an idea for what to do with the scene, but then being willing to completely ditch it for whatever was just said. So it's creation, but also the willingness to ditch your creation for what's there.
Do you think, help me out with this, with improv, would that help you develop a sense of a character like in a movie or any character that they do? Does that help develop out a character more?
You mean like if you said something about my character, would that help me develop?
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I just want to.
In a movie, let's say there's a car scene.
Yeah.
with the theory of improv, will that help flesh out that character to make that scene more realistic than just reading lines?
Oh, yes. I get what you're saying. Yes, for sure. If you're just kind of like listening to the scene and giving the scene what it needs, yeah, you'll totally discover your character, and that character will make such a more interesting scene, I feel. And again, this is kind of where the theory comes in. Some people think, no, you can go big and wacky and be completely untethered from reality, and that's a delight. But I think if you have characters that are like really, authentic and real and the audience can relate to, if they can relate to the character, then they probably can relate to what's really happening, which means they're going to be more invested in this scene. It's kind of like a trickle up effect, but it starts with a relatable character. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. It's pretty much the pulse of a character.
Yeah,
Improv.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Yeah.
Okay, because like the actor itself, they have their interpretation, and the lines is the skeleton of that character. But what really brings it out to life is like a twitch or the mannerisms or a certain gesture. That's all improv. That's not like predetermined or anything. That's all at the spur of the moment, how the words are developed and how the character sees it. But the thread is improv, right?
Yeah, I think so. And in improv, it's your job as an improviser not to like really think of tons of funny stuff. Because if you're thinking of funny stuff, then you're in your head. And if you're in your head, then you're creating up here, but not paying attention to the world. But if you're paying attention to the world and the mannerisms and the unique things the other character on stage brings to the scene, that is tons of stuff for a scene. If you just get out of your head and just kind of pay attention to what's in front of you.
Right.
So
interesting. Dude, you broke it down, man. Look at Mickey Angelina already just said, damn, that's deep.
Oh, thank
you. You are the professor, man. You are the professor of improv.
Oh, I will say this. You taught me, thank you. You mentioned the Adriatic Sea. Never knew where it was. Googled it when I was in the green room. Appreciate that. Now I know. That looks like a beautiful place. That's a hell of a sea to be in.
It was hot and fuego, my friend. Especially wearing all full gear, and the only breeze I got was jet exhaust. That was the only breeze I ever got.
That's rough.
I was like,
so
I could
you were working. You were working up top, like on top of the.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Whew.
Launching planes.
Man,
but now we're talking improv. And it's back to you. You like that?
Nice.
I took the improv and threw it right back at you. You're like, let's talk about Mike. I was like, okay, yes, and you.
Boom, back. That's
Boom,
smooth
baby.
transition.
Boom.
Smooth transition.
Look at the other Mike Betancourt just said, mind blown, baby. Oh, shoot, my camera. God damn it. This has been fun. So, what was your worst improv show that just pissed you off? Like,
man, that's a great question. The worst one. I feel like therapy now. It feels like therapy. I'm gonna go back into all those repressed memories.
Perfect. We're looking for that dark twisted comic, anyways.
So here's the thing. Oh man, boy. So I can't remember like a specific time, but I can definitely lump all bad improv shows into one sensation. Like you can just feel it be bad. Like you can just feel the audience. You don't have the audience with you. And I mean, I'm sure I think this is kind of the thing that unites all improvisers and comics. Like when you don't have an audience, oh God, you feel it and it hurts. And you're like, how do I get them on our side? Not even necessarily laugh, but like, how do I get them just to go along for this journey, this ride? And when you can't get them, man, and you might have had this feeling too, it's just like a slow death. And you start thinking, boy, I sure would love to be backstage now, but I can't. I still got 20 minutes left in this show. I think the ones that have sucked the most are, I know. Boom. Thank you. If I talk long enough, I have an idea. We We did a private show in Roseville. What a train wreck. Just, and you probably know this as a comedian, like doing a show when people are eating dinner, forget it.
Yeah,
What
no
a
one laughs.
nightmare.
No one laughs.
People are, because they're focused on their dinner and they're focused on talking to each other. So improv is like, you got to pay attention. So it's like when they're all talking to each other and then they look up and they're like, oh, I don't understand why he's doing this. Whatever. Oh, that's the worst. Private shows. Tip for anybody doing a private show, do it after dinner. Don't do it during dinner.
Charge a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Because you got to go through some obstacles.
That's true. Oh, and they ended it early. They ended it early. Back. They had somebody come up and say, like, that's good. That's enough. Whew.
I mean, like,
what
was the worst? What was you don't have to say any names, but what was the worst improv group that just didn't give you anything? That you just said, why are you doing this shit?
That I was watching?
No, that you worked with, that just was just a hassle to work with. You ever had that? That they had ego, that they had that they weren't playing and they were just being selfish on stage. Now, for a comedian, for stand-up, it's okay to be selfish on stage because we're by ourselves. But with improv, you can't be selfish on stage. There's got to be at least one.
What? Let's see. So I was going to give you the answer. Well, most people stop working with the team before that because they realize, and truthfully, that so improv is almost like this. Improv is funny because if you don't give people, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, got it. I'm sorry. You got that. You got that kind of like little out of focus look. So I was like, I wasn't sure.
So like I wasn't paying attention.
No, I thought you were frozen.
No, hold on. It's this damn camera. Look at.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring it up.
Even McGann is like, you need Paul's camera. I need Paul's. What kind of camera do you have, Paul?
I got a Sony 6400.
Nice.
So it is. I like it a lot. So
I'm sorry, folks. You're gonna have to focus on Paul. Focus on Paul.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody.
Dude, that's so bad. My camera was. I was like this. I was really intrigued. I was like, oh, that's really good. You're like, oh, is he stupid or is he just cutting out?
No, I thought it froze. I thought my connection dropped out or something. Okay, so here's the perfect thing. That's right here is a great example. How I was like, oh no, I thought it was my issue. Whenever I'm in a show and it's going badly, like yes, sometimes the person is frustrated. Like there are moments where I'm like, oh, I wish you had taken that. I wish you'd said yes to my idea. Mm-hmm. But overall, I'm usually like, what could I have done to try to like connected more in that scene? So usually I turn it around on myself. Like any healthy person does. They always think it's about themselves. So I can't think of a really good example of a moment.
So you never had anyone that just said, I'm the show.
I know you want me to talk so much shit.
No. You could talk.
Okay.
Not talk about the person. I'm just talking about the situation. Tell us about this. If there was a situation where you worked with someone that it was just if you don't want to, that's fine too. We're not that type of show.
I'm really trying. I no. It's not that I'm like trying to hide anything. I literally am just kind of like so often in improv scenes, I'm like, oh God, I should have really tried harder.
So like, even if you see this person to this day, you're like, God damn, I remember that one show. Fucking I hate you. Never, nothing. See, that's why improv people are happy.
No.
Even on the worst show, they blame themselves.
And yeah, then you go home just consumed with your feelings.
Well, dude, what can you teach us right now? The people that are watching right now, is there anything that you can teach us, and then maybe we can play some improv games, you and I?
Sure. So a couple of things. One, like I would say if you want to, like we could do some improv scenes, like actual scenes, and not games. Games might be kind of hard with just two people.
Okay, let's do a scene. Yeah,
we could do some improv scenes.
Sure.
So like in terms of like teaching, I would say, yes and will take you so far. Just don't deny the reality. So just whatever somebody says, that is the most valuable thing in the scene. Not your own ideas, but what the person actually said and what they said means. So, because I think sometimes like people jump into a scene and they're like, oh, I got to be really big and I got to be crazy and wacky. But the thing that's going to make the audience give a damn about whatever you're doing is that they can connect with it. And somehow you're exploring something that they've dealt with. So you don't have to be an alien who's coming down and frustrated they can't find any cows to, kidnap or whatever. Like, but because the audience is going to be like, I don't really connect with that. But being a real person dealing with real things, that can be really entertaining if you just are very honest and authentic to wherever your character goes, wherever you feel like. So yes, and your own ideas, but also yes, and other people. So that's really important because
it's good too with this theory of improv. You can use this in everyday life, job interview, anything.
I remember the first time I took an improv class. Like literally, the first thing I did was walk out of that studio, and I called my dad, and I was like, "Dad, this is so applicable to business."
Oh, nice.
And I was just so blown away. I was so blown away that this thing can be utilized in so many different ways. Because, I mean, how many meetings have you been in when you just are so hesitant to throw something out there because you're not going to be supported? Like, people don't have to agree with your idea, but just to be heard and to like, let's build on that. Boy, that would really encourage people for like, just kind of creating ideas and energy, but
and feeding. You can literally steal someone's idea in front of them at the executive board and feed off of it with the improv skills. You heard it here first on Me, Myself, and I with Paul Burke. He taught us that.
Great way to get a promotion, guys. Everybody next year, CEO. Everybody should be a CEO. Everybody should.
You want to be a CEO? Steal someone's idea right in front of it by using improv.
Take an improv class.
Watch everyone that's watching become like billionaires and stuff because of the improv class. So is there? Do you want the audience to pick a scene, or do you want to pick a scene? What do you want?
Sure. I mean, yeah. Like if the audience wants to pick a word, like you and I can just kind of create a scene, and maybe beforehand we can.
You do any warm ups or anything?
Oh, I do windmills, baby.
Windmills.
Just remember those classic improv.
Let's
just
go
feel
back
the
to
joy.
the Netherlands. Walking, slacking, slooping, sleeping, slooping. All right. Does anybody want to pick a scene? Anything coming to mind? We'll go for it. Whatever you want to pick. I can't believe I just said that. But whatever you want to pick, go ahead. Me and Paul.
Oh, dangerous precedent, sir.
No one wants to. They're just watching.
Oh,
this is your chance. This is any topic. I can't believe that.
Guys, if you have a word in your head right now,
how about fix your camera, Mike? I'm trying.
Maybe that's their suggestion. Fix your camera, Mike.
Okay, let's do that
could
first.
Be a suggestion.
Let's go.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what can I help you with?
Oh man, this camera on my damn podcast is not working.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I should introduce. I've been told I'm going to get fired if I don't do this correctly. Welcome to Joe's Tech Barn. How can I help you? I apologize. I should always state where you are at. That's what I've been told.
Well, I'm glad I'm here at Joe's Tech Barn. It means a lot to be here because I've been having this podcast and I have a great guest on there, but I look shitty because my camera's not working. So what do I do?
Well, I recommend you can get another camera if you would like, or I am a personal trainer, and we'll take that. I'm going to say a 5 and make you a 7.
So you're saying that I'm poor and fat, and you want me to and ugly, and you want to make me better.
Well, sir, I should also mention that I do.
It's working because look at the camera.
You're welcome, sir.
Joe.
You know what you did? You put a smile on your face, and that's what I tell people: put a smile on your face and turn yourself from a 5 to a 7.
Turn yourself to 5 to 7.
Well, I don't know. If you take a smile away, you'll turn a 7 to a 5. But I'm gonna, I like to go up. I like to turn people. My goal is to get you
what kind of
to
improv
10.
is this? You like to turn people, and you have that little deep voice in there. I like to turn people, Mike.
I like to turn people.
I'll make them go up. You know what I mean? Speaking of weird things, let's talk about aliens. The other Mike Betancourt says,
Mike is fixated on aliens.
well, is this like real aliens or illegal?
I think he capitalized aliens, so I feel like that's like in the universe aliens.
Okay, so let's just do universe aliens first. So what's the scene?
Okay, so aliens. So let's put. Why don't we? Let's put a pair of aliens. Where would you like to put a pair of aliens? If you could see a scene in any place with a pair of aliens.
Oh, me or everyone? At
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Mike.
Pair of aliens somewhere.
Now, to start improv shows, you can do anything. Like you can get a word, you can get a location, you can. I don't know why you're laughing so hard.
Because I got a dark, twisted, horrible scene. It's already here. I might as well say
Go there, sir.
Two aliens on Epstein Island.
All right. This is where my training of yes and comes in. Yes. I will do that.
Okay. So, you want me to go first or you go?
Sure. You want to go? Yeah. I will yes and it.
Don't worry. Okay, we'll go. What is all this? There's a lot of powerful people here on this island.
I think we should get out of here. I think we landed on a terrible spot.
I see Bill Clinton. I see Ellen DeGeneres. I see. No. Who's that over there?
I think it's that British fellow who is a prince.
Didn't we body snatch him last week?
We did.
And now he's body snatching other people this week?
Oh, that's a way to put it. Yeah.
Wait. What's a way to put it?
Back here. Mike, I will say this. You're making me feel good because I thought I would break character a lot within improv scenes. And you, sir, are setting the bar.
I think that's enough for Epstein Island with a couple of aliens.
It's so here's a great thing. Here's a point in improv for sure. Like you don't always have to take the suggestion either. Like if you're doing a show and you're like, I don't want to do that suggestion, you do not have to take it.
In the actual show?
Yeah. I don't think so.
So people will deny
I don't think you. No, I think people are fine because I think a lot of times people are like they're just looking for entertainment, so they're not really like caring how you start the scene. They just want you to care about the scene that you're starting. So if you're like, oh, that's not going to give me enough fuel, you're like, I'm uncomfortable with that. Don't do it, because if you're uncomfortable with it or you don't like it, like it's going to translate to the audience. The audience is really aware. Like this. I mean, this is doing stand up. Like the audience is smart. Like as a complete unit, man, they know when like stuff is off or there's something wrong. Like they can just sense.
They can feel the energy.
They can feel the energy. And I had such a good teacher. It was in Chicago actually, and he taught me that the audience is only going to care half as much, at the most, half as much as you care about the improv scene. So you better care about the improv scene so much just to get them to care a little bit. So
and I think that's why it hurts when it doesn't go so well, because you care about it so much. It's 10 times.
That's a great way.
10 times painful, because I feel the same. I feel the same way with stand up. When you care about your jokes and you care about that vibe, dude, sometimes it could be like a sold out crowd, and then it's not. It's flatlining. It's not doing well, and then you're just like, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I think that's the same. Yeah, it just because we care. You're right. That's a good teacher because you have to believe him. You have to care. Just like business, you have to believe in what you're selling.
And then also it's really important. I mean, in improv, this is hard, but I mean, I think in telling jokes too, it's really hard. Because I remember doing one open mic in stand-up where I didn't get any laughs the whole time, and it just like compounded on top of each other. Like you are not your jokes, and like you are not the improv scene. So if nobody is like laughing at your jokes, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. If nobody's laughing at your improv scene, it doesn't mean you're like not a funny, good person. Like that is hard, but like if you can work on getting that, it makes going big and trying stuff in improv scenes and stand-up so much easier because you're like, oh, this is not me. If they don't like this thing, that's fine. I'll ditch it and move to something else. But I think the big problem is like thinking you are the joke, and that destroys you. So, because then it's a rejection of you, not just a rejection of the joke, which is impossible to get over sometimes.
I don't think you can ever get over it. We're comics. We're comedians. We can never.
It hangs with you. It hangs with you, man.
The other Mike Becker just says improv online is the best, bro. So look, he loved it.
Mike, you are in a small minority, sir. Most people do not like watching online improv. But
he enjoyed it here. I mean,
I'm glad.
He says next time, don't stop. Do you want to do one more? You guys want us to do one more? Anybody?
I would love to.
Okay.
That's self-serving, but I'll do one more. I love it. It's fun.
Hold on. By the way, my correspondent for Me, Myself, and I was not here today, Dustin Wood, but he says he's backstage at last. What up, guys? Be back next week. He does like little side reports for us here on Me, Myself, and I.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Okay, here we go. Do it. There we go. There's the word.
Boom.
Do it. Mickey Angeline just said that. Do it. Not just do it, but actually that we're going to take those words.
Coach, can I have a word with you, please?
Do it.
I'm a little nervous. This is my first football game, and I don't know. They're so big.
Do it.
Okay. Coach, that is so powerful, and those words really speak to me. But like, what if they're running right at me?
Do it.
Oh, wow. That gets me right where I need it, Coach. Thanks. Listen, one more word. I need another piece of advice. Okay. What if I'm like, if they're running right at me and I do it like you say, and I run out to the right and I'm trying to pass the ball and I don't see any receiver. What do I do?
Do it.
Oh, wow. You have a way of just being so concise with your words. And it's like, I love the fact that over your head says 2 words is all you need. You're a hell of a coach.
Do it. Hey.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, let's do it. What a powerful scene.
You know what was cool when in this one I was actually more listening because when you were talking, I felt like different facial expressions was coming out, and I was more comfortable with trusting you and what you were giving and throwing at me. Like it was pulling out. Like I was like, like I'm switching my facial expressions around, and shrugging my shoulders because you're right. The improv is not just who's funny, who's saying stuff in your face all the time. It's listening and giving back and double dutch and do it.
Do it.
Do it. Well, do you got any last? First of all, this has been a great show, man. This has been almost an hour, my friend, and I'm so thankful that you were here today. Really.
Time flew,
dude. It's so much fun, man. You have any last wonderful advice for upcoming comedians that want to get into your world or anything?
Sorry, I interrupted you. I interrupted the end there for a second. So the thing that I would suggest, and it's hard, is that honestly, I'm going to sound like your coach. Just go do it, because I did not get into improv or stand up until when was it? Probably like my mid 20s, later 20s. And I regret it because I wanted to do something in comedy for so long. And I was like, oh no, if I do something in comedy, it might not be good, which is so true. It's not going to be good the first time you do it. Mm-hmm. But the thing that kept me coming back is a community. So find a community, like whatever community works for you. Like find a community, a group that you feel a part of. There's so many groups that will welcome you because you love the thing that they love, and they just want to be around people who love that thing. So I think sometimes, one, like we're fearful of putting ourselves out there and being creative, but two, I think also we feel like super alone and I'm the only person who loves this thing that much, but there is a group out there for you. So like try to find that group and they will welcome you. I promise, because they just want to be around people who love the thing that you love. So, so start, like, you're never too late to start. And then also you're never too early to start either. So just start. And while it might not be your best work, it is at that moment your best work. And then you're just going to get better from there.
That's awesome, man. That's beautiful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Paul for being here. If you want to follow him, make sure you follow him on Facebook.com. It's PLB.
Oh boy, I misspelled that one. I misspelled that one. That's on me.
It's okay. It's me. I just realized
Paul B.
With the tick, I just realized because I just copied and pasted. It's
I know.
PLB. It's Paul. Okay. If you don't know how to spell it, I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at the viewers and listeners. It's Paul B. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it's misspelled, no big deal. We're in the times of COVID. All right. I blame Biden. That's who I blame.
This is fun, man. Thanks.
We got from the CFA. Enjoy the show. Great messages. Love you guys. Oh, thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. Yeah. And then let's see, Mike Bencourt, half as much as generous. Yep. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Mickey Angeline, LOL. You know what's a good LOL? It's PLB, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, do I know how to promote myself or what?
It sounds like you're like a Russian dance DJ. Hello, I am PLB. Let's do that. Let's do an improv right now.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your time out there.
Yeah. It's PLB. I'm his hype man. That's it.
Get ready for the drop. The drop is coming in 4, 3, 2, 1. Niet?
Yes. Niet and yes. That's how we roll with PLB.
Yeah, this is our 2-person show. Niet and yes.
Niet and yes. Niet, yes. Niet.
Wait for the drop.
Wait for the beat, the drop. Let's go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, also, if you want to catch other old episodes of me, myself, and I, please do me a favor. Go to youtube.com/MikeB Comedy. Please subscribe there. I've got a ton of episodes. If you are just watching this right now, don't worry. This episode will be on youtube.com/MikeB Comedy. And also, please do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, in the time of COVID, you got to please donate to my Venmo at Mike-Betancourt-5. Why 5? Because that's what was left. The 5. Yes, in it. So please donate to the show. Follow PLB and go to YouTube. And you know what, Paul, before we go, I always like to, first of all, again, thank you so much for being on the show. I wish you nothing but the success. And when COVID's done, I hope freaking Blacktop Comedy is packed to the brim because you have a wonderful place, and I will always support it. Me, myself, and I will support it. The MMikers will support it. My camera that will try to get back in focus will support Blacktop Comedy. Anything you need, anytime, whatever, GoFundMe, whatever you need for Blacktop Comedy, I will always be there to support your
Thanks, man.
venue.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful place. So with that, I like to leave on a prayer, not by me though. Okay, I would love to leave you on a prayer, but no, this is not a Bon Jovi joke. I know you're like, oh, living on a prayer. No. This is a prayer that I give to all my guests that deserve it, and it's a prayer from Sam Elliott. And now, a prayer from Sam Elliott.
Dear Heavenly Father, give me the strength, for I don't have any patience for stupidity anymore. Everywhere I go, I see someone doing something stupid. I just want to smack them across the head, but I can't, dear Father, for you are the dude of this universe. Dear Lord, we're in a pandemic and I'm starting to lose my cool. All I want to do is sit in my leather chair, smoke a Marlboro Red, and drink a beer. Coors, America's beer. Lone Star Barbecue. Amen.
Well, there you have it. If you got a prayer from Paul, from Sam Elliott to Paul, there you go, man. That means Blacktop Comedy is going to blow up. So,
Love it.
Paul,
Thanks, man.
Thanks for everything, man. And let's stay in touch, my friend.
Sounds good. See
All
you
right,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. One more time for Paul.
Me, myself, and
You've been listening to me, myself, and
It's
I,
me,
and I want to
myself,
thank
and
PLB for being on the show. Yeah, drop it like it's hot, because that's what we do. Again, one more
It's me,
time.
myself,
Follow
and
PLB at facebook.com. It's PLB. Yeah, baby. Drop it like it's hot. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Let's do it. Yeah. It's time to go. It's time to go when we drop the beat.